unfortunate, though, that we met her, you see. I mean, you saw what happened to her, the poor fuzzball, and she's one of the lucky ones. She survived her world's destruction. Anyone who's still part of the world is either dead or dying, wasting away on the shadowy plane. It's all part of this long train of death and destruction. Just another bloody chapter in Danny Priest's wanker crusade against reality. Because that's what he does. He goes from world to world, and he cracks it open, and he lets the Void Angel in whatever way he can. And with what you've seen here in my rather reserved disposition, you'll probably figure out I'm not the most frightening freak in the forest, which I suppose is fair enough. I mean, I am a witch, I do have power, but even where I come from, witches were not very important. Nannies, on the other hand, nannies were very important. Nannies knew everything, did everything. They could do more magic with a snap of their fingers than I could do in the whole of this. And it was a rotten world, really, too cheerful, too happy. There was never any solace for the stodgy banker or the glum shopkeeper. Anyone who wanted to feel bad or have a bad time, they didn't get to, because the children came first. The people who dressed in bright colors came first. And when the great exception came, you couldn't sleep for want of the singing. Up and down on the roofs in the streets, dancing, opening pocket dimensions with chalk. It was a bloody nightmare. And the pigeons! I'd wake up and there'd be crap all over me. Pigeons everywhere. It was a rotten mess. It was a terrible place, but it was my home. I had my sisters, I had my garret, I had my magic. I wouldn't have wanted for anything more. Then Danny came. And I don't know how he did it, but he instigated a class war. He somehow made the chimney sweeps realize that they were dying of tuberculosis, that that half their apprentices were dying before the age of 12. They hadn't noticed before, they'd been perfectly cheerful. Hadn't cared a bit, but he made them see. And he got them angry. He got the sweeps mad and he got the bankers scared. He made them think that all the lower classes were going to rise up against them and take everything they'd ever made. First it came to grumbling, then it came to shouting, and then it came to fighting. In the streets of London itself. The armies got into it as well. They couldn't stop it. They joined in, and London burned. Dogs and children caught in the crossfire, statues smashed, kites ripped. And after weeks and weeks of this, the fires finally burned out. There were no more songs. There were no more colors. There was no more magic. And the great exception, well, she'd stayed away too long, and she couldn't come back. And there I was, one of the only ones left, trying to pick up the pieces. And who do I see waving his fingers at a widening crack in reality but Danny Priest? And so kind he is, he takes the time to stop and tell me in intimate detail exactly what he did to everything I held dear. And he says, well, what are you going to do about that? I started kicking him in the shins. And the fight didn't go well, for me. But he let me live, and when he ran, I followed him, and I've been following him ever since. I can do magic, you know. Especially do it if it's got a bit of steam to it. That's my talent. You see, technology is one thing, and magic is another. But if you combine technology and magic, you can do wonders. And this is how I brought you here. I did. I finally tracked Danny to this place, and I need help. Pains me to say it. Pains my pride something fierce, but I'm more practical than not. I can't do this on my own. I needed heroes. So I brought all of you here, and if you're here against your will, well then, too bad. Because I really need the help, and if you don't help me, then we're all going to die.
Well,
you have to bring him, though?
I'd rather remain on the living.
Exactly. I assume none of you need further persuasion as to why we should stop Danny Priest.
no, but the next question is how.
How? Yes, that's the problem. Well, he trounced me fairly well, and it appears he trounced Miss Gwendolyn quite even worse.
What exactly is he?
He's not human. He's got other things in him. And I'm not sure what they are.
So we can't just kill him and get it done with?
No, I don't think you could get through. He'd repel you, or burn you, or smack you in the head, or God knows what else.
Is there a way to banish?
Banish. They say you can banish the Void Angel. I have no idea how.
If you can banish him, you can banish something much less powerful.
Maybe. If we have... Hopefully we can. This is my thinking. I haven't got a bloody clue what to do next, and when I don't have a bloody clue what to do next, I try and use my eyes, my ears, and my nose to figure out what's around me, and what the environment, such as it is, can tell me. So what I do recommend to you is that you walk around a bit. This place seems pretty stable. Look for strange things, strange people, strange writing. See if there's anything that can point a clue to Danny's eventual demise.
Taxman, you're with me.
We've been so long for 2 seconds and suddenly the evil
he's so short.
Can we all see me? Can we all hear me?
I think for once, yes! Stand up a bit. I can't see you.
Maybe if you're on your tiptoes.
You want to find more pieces that go to this.
Oh, well, I thought that's what we were doing.
Right, this is what it looks like.
over here.
Very well, rather coincident.
But now you know the table. We're all in the same team.
Professional warrior.
Professional mercenary, we're all on the same page.
He's so scary!
Let's go this way. That way?
Don't have to trust him. He's not.
More likely just away. So it's going to be attached to something. Looking out from beneath something.
I think we can be friends. I think we can be friends, Granny Priest.